Hello, welcome back to Mr. Arsenal podcast on another World Cup match day watch along. This time we are covering Spain versus Germany, the clash of this group. And for Germany, even though the results have kind of gone their way today in terms of Japan's goalkeeper really costing Japan the points today, is not must win, but it's still what they to have any realistic chance of getting out of this group now. They have to win tonight against a very now high confident Spain side that's just come off the back of a 7-0 victory over Costa Rica just the other day. Liam will be joining me as well. He'll be joining about half hour into the game itself. So yeah, get his thoughts on that, obviously, as well as I just found out I was about to go live. I'm watching BBC coverage here in the UK. The Spain manager Luis Enrique put a post out on his social medias today about in tribute to his daughter, who basically, for the gist of it, anyone that doesn't know, his daughter lost her battle with cancer a few years back, and today would have been her 13th birthday apparently. So he put a tribute out. They're not playing Germany, but obviously I'm remembering you, wherever you are in the work, wherever you are. I hope you're looking down on us. We're thinking of you, and all that. And it really does put things in perspective because I remember when it did happen, he did take a bit of time out. It did emotionally. Obviously, losing your child at any time, for any reason, is gonna do stuff to you mentally. It's gonna affect your mental mindset, not just physically. Your physical health, but your mental health will take a massive battering to kind of imagine what you went through, and then to fast forward all these years later, on what would have been a 13th birthday, today he's leading his country out in a World Cup match against Germany, or just in general. He got all them emotions bubbling over, all that to deal with and control, whilst also looking after a whole squad's worth of other players and coaching staff and all that sort of thing. Everyone else, whilst your own mental well-being is being tested today. But yeah, again, thoughts go out. Obviously, as always. It will go out to him and his family and the friends of the family and all that have been and continue to be affected by what happened to his little girl. Aside from that, in terms of the game itself, they're just doing the national anthems now. So it's like the German national anthem first, I think, and it's Spain afterwards, whatever. But as I said at the start, because Costa Rica nicked, and I mean nicked, 3 points earlier today, it's not literally if Germany lose, they're out. It's if they lose, they're all but out. If they win, they're still not guaranteed safety. Just go and pop into the chat quickly. Stefan's already joined us in the chat. Big up, Stefan. Says, what's happening, Ryan? Not much. I've had a chilled weekend in that respect. I was going to do the Argentina game yesterday. I was thinking about it, but when... it was else in their group. Trying to think, was it? Trying to think. I've absolutely forgotten who was in their group. But when it became apparent that there was no jeopardy to Argentina or Mexico in last night's game, mainly Argentina, obviously, for obvious reasons, like rivals and all that. I just didn't have to feel for it anymore. The feel for doing the watch along for that game was like not for me. Being busy today, work and all that, but once I knew what time this was kicking off, I was always going to do this anyway. Days ago, when we realised that Germany, after Germany lost obviously to Japan, that the next game was Spain today. So that was always going to be the plan. I knew I was off. I needed to make sure, as in I'll be finished by then. I just need to double check this morning, and yeah, it's all good. And as I say, Liam will be joining us for the watch along in about literally 20-25 minutes time. Yeah, I'm gonna say now. There's a showing of teams now. Obviously, German team being popped on the screen. I think it's the same as the other day, but it looks. Let's have a look now. Villigat. So yeah, same as the other day in that defence-wise, midfield going 5 in midfield. Muller's playing striker though. They made a slight tweak somewhere. I can't see where it is at the moment. Goretzka's playing. That's it. There you go. Goretzka's playing instead of, I can't remember who's playing it. But either way, Goretzka is starting in the German midfield, in the 5-man midfield anyway. But yeah, I think Spain's pretty much unchanged by what I can see. And they're literally seconds away from kickoff. Always hope to see people pass so young from horrible cancer. I lost a couple of female friends through this dreadful infection. Yeah, glad to see Messi do the business. To be honest, World Cup needs players like it. It was good. Second half, he turned. Let's be honest, him and Argentina, more so him. They did turn up the second. First half, you could see the pressure was getting to them. You could see they didn't have. It was having a mental mindfuck of them all. Not just Messi, to the point where Gary Neville threw himself under the bus half time on air, going, "Oh, this reminds me of Cristiano Ronaldo at United for the last 18 months. Didn't want to be this. Only been 18 months, but he didn't want to be here. Why did he come to you then? Fucking Mongol." And then kisses his ass at full time. Oh, there you got it off. We are underway, by the way. But yeah, Messi's goal from last night, that was Messi from 10 to 12 years ago. That was proper rolling back the years, getting the ball literally into the feet, and then just literally up at the body, and literally not even taking the touch and knock it off, just getting it, okay, bang. It was, I did enjoy seeing that goal, got to admit, from a neutral perspective. Not liking that Germany shirt, to be honest. I think Adidas and Germany sort of, because obviously Adidas is a German manufacturer in general, they've tried to sort of roll back the years, haven't they? As sort of give it sort of a retro look this time round, retro-ish look. But no, I'm not a fan of it either. But it is what it is. It doesn't, not going to kill me at the end of the day. But I'm not going to be making it to buy one. Obviously, I'm English, for fuck's sake. Even if I wasn't English and had no allegiance to any country that's got a rivalry with Germany, I wouldn't be, as a neutral, going, I like that shirt, I'm going to buy that. Spain's. I do like Spain's. Not much you can do with a Spain shirt, but I do like the Spain home kits and all that. But I do like it. I've got to admit. Argentina are always entertaining to watch over the years when they turn up for World Cups. Yeah, when they do turn up. Yeah, ironically, the one time they don't turn up in the last 20 years, they got to a final. When I say they didn't turn up, I mean it was just every game was going through the motions from the first knockout round onwards. It was just 90 minutes or whatever, going through the motions, just grinding out the win, not playing the typical Argentina way. But again, they're not. Obviously, you after last night's win, though, you do expect them now to go ahead on midweek and do their thing and when they're going to get through. Now, it's so open as well. Anyone can go through in that group now as well. It's still open. Mexico the least likely. So the Simpsons got something wrong, possibly. If you know, you know. So yeah, I mean, obviously Canada got knocked out as well. Garrett, talking of Canada, Garrett joined just joined us in the chat. How you doing, Garrett? You keeping well, my friend? You must be very, very happy with the outcome earlier on, about an hour ago, the final whistle and all that. I did. I got a bit confident that one when Canada went 1-0 up. I did give it 20 minutes or so, 15, 20 minutes I gave it, and then I was in one of the group chats with me and Gary, and I was like, can anyone check on Gary? Because he obviously everyone going to. And no one obviously heard from him. I don't see anyone posting it on Twitter or nothing at the time. So I was like, can we check in on Gary, make sure he's okay after that Canada goal? Because obviously it's the quickest, because not just because the guys in Canada scored, but it was the quickest goal in the World Cup, their first goal at the World Cup in their history. And obviously with America still not guaranteed themselves to go through. And obviously, as Gary said the other night, when we were saying, "Oh, yes, what Canada? Will you be back in Canada?" and all that, like, well, if you're Scotland, if it's Scotland, Wales, Ireland, or whatever, would you back them as rivals? So I bet he's a bit relaxed in that, a bit more relaxed, a bit more happier in himself now. That obviously out of the two, they went out first. The thing with Canada today, Belgium, it was just lack of literally the final third, that final end product. But with today, they started off well. Again, they started off in their faces, attacking, aggressive, and all that. Got the early goal. I mean, they got an early goal. Like, as I say, the quickest goal in the World Cup so far. And then they just, after about 10 minutes afterwards, after that happened from about 11th minute onwards, you could start seeing the cracks appear. Not just in defensively, but in general from the Canadian team. They started letting Croatia have more of the ball, like the main players like the Modric of this world, etc., have the ball, and just they grew into it. And then obviously the goal that they did initially score Croatia was taken off for offside. Even though it was ruled out for offside, destroyed Canada. They just never recovered from that. And then from there on in, it was literally a matter of time basically before what A, B, and C got all the goals winning basically. And once they equalised, you knew that it was like there's only going to be one win in this game basically. And then even more mistakes started creeping in at 1-0 and 2-1, etc. Sliding, like basically, for example, one of their defenders sliding across literally panicking, running, and then sliding across the pitch, trying to make a tackle, but completely mistiming the slide basically, and completely nowhere near. So then the attacker's got the ball and gone, okay, round you go, and run into literally acres of space. It just became inevitable that Canada was going to lose. But good save there from Neuer. Bloody hell. Spain almost couldn't qualify. Personally not concerned about Canada. USA started to slow in the World Cup qualifying, and Canada was to hold on win in the qualifying. Hold the win. I know you're not majorly bothered, but I'm just saying rivalries. It's like, for example, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but the equivalent of England versus Scotland, the rivalry there, or England-Wales, the rivalry. We use Wales because they've obviously qualified for the World Cup. They're in our group, obviously. It'd be the equivalent of, but us going out first and then really like, no matter what, then they're going, well, no matter what, we got further than you. Or even if we went out at the same at the group stages together on Tuesday, they could go. I'm saying, even if we face that, even if we both went out at the group stages respectively, if we go out the game before, for example, say the second game we got knocked out, and they didn't get knocked out on the third game, they can, even though we've been knocked out at the same stage, we'd ask you one more game than you, and it's like that hate, the hatred, the rivalry, and that sort of bragging rights, basically. USA versus Mexico is more of a rivalry. Yeah, I can understand that again. But going by what I saw last night in the Argentina game, They don't get on either by the looks of it, because that was a good atmosphere, actually. The best atmosphere this World Cup so far. Don't say much, but still. Someone's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing the bell. Do us a favour and let them in. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you, Gary. Not liking these dark evenings, though, but it's almost, it's almost, as I say, it's literally around the corner now. You know what? Again, we're just shy of 9 minutes into this game now. 9 minutes into this game. It's fucking Germany are lucky at the moment. As I said, there was a couple of minutes ago, there's this big, huge save actually from Neuer in the end that pushed it onto the post. So that's crossbar. But Germany has just defended and letting Spain have all the ball, showing so much respect and just going, okay, no worries. And hoping something falls to them eventually. It's like watching Costa Rica all over again. No. Oh my God. It's like, no. Oh, Kimmich. Was that Kimmich made a mistake? That almost made a mistake there. The Donald Trump local derby. Can you imagine? Jesus Christ. That is a World Cup game. That would be a game to do a watch along with and just soak it up. Not obviously all of them because I can't, because obviously all that, but just to soak it in and as much as I can and just like sit back and relax and let just go to town on Mexico. Oh dear. That would be that also got away from possibly. Well, actually, can't. No, I can't actually. Not even in 4 years' time, because obviously USA, Mexico, and Canada are all host nations, aren't they? So they will be put in separate groups for the group stage. So unless they all get through to the knockouts, and depending on what groups they've been put into, we might either get a possible USA Canada knockout game or Canada Mexico, which is nothing really in terms of rivalry, but America Mexico knockout game. That's the only way we'll get them teams up against each other in the first knockout round or something, or the quarterfinals, which Mexico don't do apparently. Oh dear. Everyone was hanging on that thing, weren't they? The Simpsons thing. If anyone that doesn't know, go in and just type in Simpsons World Cup, and they'll basically about I can't remember how many years ago it was now. They did an episode and it's basically this year's World Cup, 2022. Didn't say the location obviously, but it's a 2022 World Cup, and it's the final, and it's between Mexico and Portugal, and Portugal are going to win, and everyone's gone. Oh, and obviously with Ronaldo, the Ronaldo factor, they're right, they're going to get something right again. They're never wrong, the Simpsons. Like, fuck me. So for that now to happen, for Mexico to get to the final, they have to win Wednesday, I think it is, and results have to go in their favour in the meantime between Argentina and I don't know who they've got now. Not Saudi Arabia, because Mexico have got to beat Saudi Arabia, and Poland have to beat Argentina, but by clear goals, I believe, for Mexico to get through themselves. And going by what I've seen from Poland, they ain't beating Argentina. No way. No way in God's green earth. No way. I'll say it here live on air. You can clip up if you want to. There's no way, from what I've seen of Poland so far, they are going to beat Argentina. No way whatsoever. It's just not going to happen. Saudi Arabia again. They got lucky the other day. They got unlucky on Friday, sorry, with their result. Because they played again. They were a better team. They played some good football. Just got unlucky defensively and got caught out. Oh dear. So you can't exactly say, 100% Mexico are going to get something from us, because Saudi Arabia have turned up. They've turned up at this World Cup and gone, you know what? We let ourselves down 20 years ago. We let ourselves down in 2002. We're going to come back and we're going to show the world what we really are made of nowadays. So Tom's in the chat says, yeah, but for the Simpsons to predict it accurately, we need 10 passes and then the match abandoned due to a crowd riot. Well, it's a derby on it. It'll happen. If it's to be, it's to be. I'm just pointing out that everyone lost their mind and went, World Cup, Mexico and Portugal are in here. The Simpsons said in this particular year, this particular World Cup, it would be Mexico and Portugal in the final, and Portugal would win it on, like you say, by default, but they'd win it, and it'd all fucking kick off. Oh dear. How you doing anyway, guys? How's your weekend been? And I know what the answer's going to be from you guys, but what have you made of the weekend's the World Cup action this weekend? Don't get excited on rugby either. Don't ask me about the rugby. Don't, because that'll be another. You'll be here for the rest of the half, basically, of me going on about it. This game is literally all Spain, and Germany has just inviting the pressure on. It's a matter of time before Spain score. Stefan saying Mexico and US get to host a World Cup again. Yeah, you're obviously referring to they both hosted a World Cup before individually. Mexico back in the 80s and USA in 94. Because the USA initially put a bid in to host this World, is it this World Cup or what, 2018, one of the two? And they were told the reason why they'd been turned. No, I think it's this one. The reason why they lost that to Qatar, apart from the obvious reasons, obviously as we all know, is because because they got to the final two. I think was what I remember. I don't know. It's been that long ago now. But you hosted it more recently. If you came in with a bid, a joint bid with another country, be it Mexico or Canada or wherever, it would have been more. There would have been a better chance of you winning the rights to host this World Cup. So they went away, came back with Canada and Mexico, and got given the World Cup. So fucking great. But most of the World Cup, though, the next one, even though it says 3 countries on it in terms of Canada, Mexico, and the USA, the majority of the World Cup, if I'm correct, is being played in the States. Well, just kind of, Stefan, behave yourself. Just behave. Don't. It was that bad, Steph. I mean, in terms of rugby union, we talk because I don't do rugby league. Rugby league, not for me. Crap. Pathetic. Does not, no point. In terms of rugby union, obviously, for me, the downfall, the spiral, what's the same thing? Spiral out of control from this England national team. Literally started dead on the World Cup. The World Cup final in 2019. Got to it, rightly so, with a better team. Went into it red hot favourites against South Africa. And from the second the whistle went to kick off that final, we've just completely collapsed and got worse and worse as time's gone on, basically. So the World Cup final, we lost that, as everyone knows, 2019. Fast forward to then the Six Nations a couple months later against a France team that wasn't what they are now. Obviously, France have now rebuilt themselves to be a force again. It took them a while, but they've got back to that now. But at the time when we played them after the World Cup, they were nowhere near in terms of we're away to France, the favourites again, and we got absolutely humiliated. I had to win the following week, and everything got swept under the rug. And we sort of put a run together, and we only just, I think, do we win? I can't remember we won it now, 2020, I think. Oh, we did win the Six Nations, even though we lost that game because of obviously COVID being what happened. Obviously, it got put on hold until later on in the year. But because we'd won match day 2 and 3 already, all we had to do is win 4 and 5, and we did. Once they rescheduled it for later on in 2020 after the first lockdown and just before like the local lockdown bullshit and all that crap, as we all remember. So sort of everything was sort of at that time sort of swept under the rug, like nothing made a big deal. There's nothing to worry about. It was a little blip. Back to them two games I mentioned before, the World Cup final and the France game, a bit of a blip. We move on. But considering that Six Nations finished in November because of the rescheduling, then fast forward to 2021, and we just got Wales, who finished bottom of the Six Nations the year before, went on to win the Grand Slam, and we basically didn't even bother to defend it. we a pathetic defence of the title, basically. So the cracks really started showing it in 21. The Six Nations campaign then, and sort of is carried up. Then we went to Australia for a random tour of Australia, basically, the England national team in the summer. Won the first test, lost the second, won the third, and won the third convincingly. So again, things get swept under the rug, even though there's again signs are there. The signs are there that things aren't right. Previous Six Nations as well, things weren't right. The cracks. We just weren't playing our usual selves. How can I put it? Defensively, we went from being a solid unit as a defence to it was just leaking tries left, right, and centre. It's like pathetic. No cohesiveness whatsoever. No concentration. All concentration levels are switched off and everything. And it's got worse and worse and worse. Then you obviously fast forward to this year, Six Nations. I think England finished. Time now. I think they finished fourth or fifth. I need to be able to check that actually. Either way, it was pathetic Six Nations campaign for England. And I mean pathetic. France obviously went on to win it, as we all know. But no, it was from England's perspective, we lost 3 out of 5 we lost. So we might have got, I think it's 4. There we go, Spain on the attack, one set. It's coming. Eventually. Nope, got away out of jail there. And then, so that was that. So obviously, then it's causes because it's nothing. It's obviously there's more of a decline. It's not got better from the previous 12 months ago. Oh, good chance there. Got Jordi Alba as well. Left back 7 shots now against Germany. Jesus. So the signs from this Six Nations was already like there in terms of it's more we're getting. There's no progress. It was getting backwards, further backwards, if anything. And there's starting to be calls for the head coach Eddie Jones's head, more so this year than any other, just the World Cup final. And you then fast forward to these ultimate internationals that they've been doing for the last 15 or so years, playing Argentina's and South Africa's, Australia and New Zealand of this world, etc. This year, we were put up against. We handpicked. These are fixtures we handpick every year, by the way. Argentina, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa. South Africa, the World Cup was yesterday. Now, Argentina were at home. Out of the 4 as mentioned, are the weakest. They pumped us. For about 4 or 5 weeks ago, they pumped us. Then Australia, I think we just by the skin of our teeth won by a point. I think it was that. Yeah. No, we lost by a point. We lost out by a point. Sorry, we lost by a point or 2, whatever. Then last week, playing New Zealand. Until the last 10 minutes, for the first 70 minutes of the game, we are getting absolutely trounced. All these games at home on Twickenham, English turf, by the way, getting absolutely trounced by New Zealand. Again, there was no fight. The defence was weak and fertile and just pathetic. Showed no flair going forward either. And every time we sort of went to go forward, we'd give the ball, we were making stupid errors that led to them scoring tries. And then, as I say, on the 70th minute, one of their players gets sin bin for 10 minutes for the final 10. made a bad tackle in England's attack. They made a illegal tackle, got seen for 10 minutes. It was only then, for the last 10 minutes of that match, England came to life and sort of went, I know, we're in a game here, let's go. And basically managed to show a fight back in 10 minutes. In the final 10 minutes of the game, we were ridiculous. It was basically a defeat looking at it in the last 10 minutes, even though we had the extra man. But we suddenly decided to turn up for the last 10 minutes and salvage by the skin of our teeth for the last attack of the game a point. Oh, here we go, Germany on attack. Oh, no, nothing there. Oh, giving it away. And again, Gnabry, he'd have a shot. Oof, skimmed away. And then you fast forward to this week, last night. South Africa, world champions, but again, that's a bit of a brief touch on South Africa in this autumn internationals. They've out of the 3 games they've played so far, from their perspective, the previous 2 going into the last night's game, they'd lost both of them. They've lost 2, 1-1. Sorry, so they'd played 3 going into this. Lost against Ireland. I think they lost it. Was it Wales? Scotland. Scotland beat them as well. Italy, they thumped. Italy's Italy. Everyone beats Italy nowadays. When has anyone not beaten Italy? Anyway, fast forward to yesterday, and straight away, I've turned it on. 20 minutes in between World Cup games. 3-3. So it's like penalty each, basically. They didn't get a drop goal, 6-3. Like, okay, drop goal, whatever. And then we just fall apart. We just go, okay, no worries. And literally, again, the mistakes we've been making for the last 12, 18 months, we start doing all that. We're in attack. Oh, we play kickball. There you go, opposition team. Up at the up and under, where your players meant to run on and try and challenge. But with England, for the last 12 months, it's been an up and under kick, but our players half-heartedly run for the ball. So basically, the opposition gets it back, counterattacks us, and scores a try. Oh, talking of scoring, almost Spain, almost got Rudiger go there with a deflection at the last second there. But basically, we got thumped yesterday. Absolutely thumped. And that's now 4 in the 12 game. Was it 12 matches? In this calendar year, we've played 12 matches. I only won 4. So now, apparently, there was breaking news earlier today that as from tomorrow morning, for the next couple of weeks, all the powers that be at the RFU are having meetings to go over what's happened, not just in these autumn international games, but the last 12 months, and whether they go from here to sort of prepare themselves for the Six Nations in February of next year. Which screams they're looking to sack Eddie. Which, if we're being honest, based on what I've just said and all that, he does have to go. He should have gone realistically after the World Cup final. Not just win or lose, he should have gone. That was clearly the cut-off point where he should have gone. But he stayed on the next couple of years to give him a bit more time to find someone to replace him. And that's just setting their laurels. In the meantime, we've just gone backwards from being one of the top 2, number 2, so that's number 1 team in the world at one point, to rapidly declining, going backwards, and just by skin of our teeth, probably holding on to top 10. Which ain't, in rugby terms, isn't good. So yeah, and then for me, I'm like, again, he deserves to go. If he goes, he deserves to go, because results haven't merited him staying on. Especially as it's not just Six Nations next year either; it's World Cup year as well in rugby. So this time next year, we'll be finishing off the Rugby World Cup and all that for the men. So they've got that to think about as well. Need to sort of, if they do go ahead and sack Eddie, they've got to get someone in that's going to be bang on it, that knows the system, knows everything about English rugby, etc., that knows he plays inside out, and we'll get the best out of him. and bringing a few gems here and there that knows what, basically another experienced head coach, but someone a bit more younger, possibly. A new voice, new pair of eyes might just be the trick, but who I honestly don't know. Possibly go over to Ireland and bring back Farrell from Ireland, Andy Farrell. He's English. He's an ex-England player. He's got some experience in Ireland. He's in compare when you look at where they were when he took over to where they are. They've progressed, playing some good rugby. He's bringing some of the youngsters through, some good youngsters as well, and they're progressing. They are progressing. Probably boring everyone with this, but Stefan started this. I said, "Don't start me on it." He started. He pushed the button. So the game's been. To be fair, the game has been a bit meh. So it has been meh, as per usual in this World Cup. Meh. And yeah, but that's just the gist of it. Yeah, it's just not a good time to be an England fan of rugby. If you're a rugby fan of rugby union, not a good time. What's Rudiger doing there to move on? Question: for anyone that's watching this game on BBC One, when has Rudiger ever scored from that far out, club or country? Never really watched the Six Nations, but Rugby World Cup is Rugby World Cup. Actually, every game when it's rugby, no matter where it is in the world, I'm there. Yeah, there he is.
Right, mate.
Gary, gone.
Gary now, see?
He's in the chat. He was there a minute ago, yeah.
Oh, Gal.
Oh, dear. As I say, it's been a bit of a meh game so far. Yeah, again.
I fancy Germany to do it. Do you know that?
It would just be so fucking.
Yeah.
They have to win, though. Even though a defeat doesn't knock them out, it all but knocks them out. So they do have to. Really.
If Germany win this, they're laughing, didn't they? Because they got Costa Rica next.
Well, Costa Rica won earlier as well. They didn't deserve it. I'll say that. They didn't deserve it.
Yeah, mate. Anyway, they got spanked by Spain, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Well, effectively, in terms of the game itself earlier, they were spanked by Japan, but the Japanese again. I said it the other day. Japan are playing Germany. The weak link and the suspect person in that team is a goalkeeper. Did you see the goal they scored? They keep hands to it. It still
he gets hands to it. Shit go, innit? But do you know what? Like after the Belgium was a game today.
Fucking Belgium. Well, if anyone does that, me and Neil were texting back and forth at the time of the Belgium game. They are shit. For the quality of players they've got, they are shit.
But do you know what? Right, thinking about it, like even I was saying about Man City this year, mate. Like they should be battering teams with their fucking De Bruyne and Haaland, but they haven't been. They haven't been really battering anyone, and he's not really in form, is he, De Bruyne? Like he's done a few things this year. Like scored that unbelievable free kick against Leicester and all that, but compared to his standards, he ain't there, is he?
No.
And Gary, keep watching me, mate. Keep watching me, because I'll be watching you on Tuesday, pal. And if you. Do you know what I was working out today, Gal? You could go unbeaten in this group.
And still be knocked out.
And still get knocked out. And that'd be brilliant to see.
Gary's washing his hair tonight, so Stefan. Oh, dear. That would be, again, for even more banter, it'd be hysterical for the USA to go unbeaten in a group and still be knocked out. And Iran to go ahead of them.
Yeah. That's a big game on Tuesday night, Iran versus USA.
USA, yeah. And Gary's again. I know for a fact Gary's already mentioned the last time these two teams met in the World Cup.
Oh, what a miss!
How did he miss that? Oh,
that's a big miss, mate. He went offside anyway.
Oh, there was an offside. What's that?
But still, not acceptable to miss that out. No. He's got a yard or two offside.
It's way offside. But either way, look how Flea.
What about, I was watching Ebbsfleet game today versus Fleetwood.
Oh yeah, how did that go in the end?
Well, Fleetwood won it, but Ebbsfleet had a golden chance in the 95th minute, bit like that. But he obviously there was defenders in the box. And he hit it, and he got clear off the line. But he should have scored it.
Obviously, it sounds like a good game. What's the score in the end?
1-0 Fleetwood.
Sounds like a good game.
Yeah, Ebbsfleet's only around the corner from us. They're top of their league. They're doing really well.
Yeah.
I think they go up to the national conference. I think next year. I think they got a good owner as well. Got a bit of money and all that.
That's something United ain't got. Good owner.
Good news about the old transfer rumours over the last 2 days, isn't it?
Yeah, what was it? We were talking about that yesterday. Al Felix, the young lad as well, the Murdoch, or how you pronounce his name, the Ukrainian kid. Apparently that's all but done. Apparently, the reports are going around basically from
wait a minute,
from journalists saying that that the Ukrainian kid is all but done. £40 million plus add-ons.
Mate, that's brilliant business, mate.
If it's true, that turns out to be the case. That's fantastic business. And also, using our advantage of where we are in the league and how we're doing this season, using that to our advantage for once.
I've got his speedy, mate. We're gonna sooner or later we'll convert Martinelli into a striker.
Especially if we get Yao Felix, because Yao Felix can play out that wing as well. He's one of them that can. He floats. He likes to be the centre forward, but he can float out on the wing.
Can you see that one?
I'd love it, but he's 23 fits the profile.
Yeah, he fits the profile massively, mate.
You know what? Even if it was to bring in as a competition for Jesus, you can't complain. That's 2 world-class players battling it out for that first choice striker role, week in, week out.
And we could get him on a kind of a line for 6 months, and then obviously a lower obligation to buy. That'd be brilliant business. Because I don't think we'd cough up the readies like in January for him and then get Danilo as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And then obviously I'll still be looking for Tillemans on a free in the summer.
Oh yeah, that'd be brilliant. Take it all day long. Yao Felix on a literally permanently after this season, and then bloody Tillemans for nothing because that's his wages. Fucking bring it on.
It'd be nice if we get a couple of these players through the door early, innit? So we've got some hard pictures. We don't want to be messing around in January.
No, January's our toughest month now. Between now and the end of the season, I double check this actually. But I believe January's our toughest month. We've got obviously Newcastle in terms of league wise. Not obviously the FA Cup. We don't know until the draw's made it, whenever that is this week, even today or tomorrow. But just the league alone, we've got Newcastle just after, literally days after New Year, 8 o'clock in the evening. But we're at home, but still, it's Newcastle. I think they're the team that worries me more so in January. You've got Tottenham away the week later, and then you've got United at the end of the month. And then 2 of them 3 games I mentioned are at home. And obviously United doesn't really worry me in that sense, just because we're at home and we usually do the business at home against United 9 times out of 10 in the league. Spurs away, always a difficult one. That is going to be one where squeaky bum time. If we win that, we're clear of the bastards. That's it. They ain't getting nowhere fucking near us. So we win that. In terms of where we finish in the league, Newcastle's the one worries me because they're doing well they're playing well this season. And he has got. It depends how many players come back from this World Cup for Newcastle because they've lost a lot of players in this World Cup, more than I thought actually.
They'll have Isaac back though, won't they?
Possibly the possibility, but even then, it depends on who comes back from this World Cup that's representing Newcastle at this World Cup.
Yeah,
how many come back injury free? Or how many go deep in this competition? Because fatigue will kick in. As we say, after we played Wolves and all, we had players leaving England that night and travelling to their respective countries that night, like for Partey, Ghana. So he went to Ghana, from Ghana to Qatar. You got I'm trying to think now. You obviously got our English contingent just walking down the road basically, but they're going from England to Qatar, which is a fucking distance anyway in terms of timing and all that. Xhaka, England to Switzerland, from Switzerland to Qatar. I think having that happening instead of just meeting up in Qatar and their respective training camps at Qatar would have made more sense. But they've got the complete opposite, and I think that's another reason why we're seeing such poor standards at this World Cup so far in terms of performances from certain players or as a
captain. Germany.
Rudiger, bloody what the hell why was he given so much space? How much space do they want to give him?
Wow. As I said, I think the Germans will turn up tonight, mate.
I never mentioned about converting Eddie, by the way. I talked about Yao Felix. Eddie, Gary saying convert and Nketiah, you mean replace? Never. I was on about Tom. Tom mentioned it. When are you going to convert? Oh, there's a check.
You see?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. The rest signaling. I don't know what's going on here. If he's giving it on what's there.
He's off. Oh, I don't know if he's off.
Always kicked.
No, that's going to be tight. Oh, it's offside.
Offside. It got given. No, not given.
Not given.
Bloody hell! I didn't notice that at first. Still, that's a warning sign to Spain, though. So much space they gave him there. Stefan being nice to us in the chat tonight, saying you will have St. Tottenham today, but they no bother.
Let's hope so, eh?
That looks, guy saying looks offside. That North London derby in January. I think that's going to be, as I say, if we do win that, I think in terms of the battle between us and Tottenham, for who finishes higher, will be done and dusted with time in advance, basically. Because I don't see us then blowing that sort of lead on them. We're a few points ahead of them already, aren't we? And there's going to be games in between where they could drop points as well between now and then. What is going on? Bloody hell. Spain has just gone asleep all of a sudden.
Overlap.
Oh, this bloody TV.
Well, it's an interesting game, this one.
So this bloody aerial out. It'd be fantastic. There we go. On my leg. Yep, that works. Oh dear. What do you make? Obviously, did you watch Did you turn off? Did you watch the entire Canada game in the end, or just turn it off in the end?
No, I didn't watch the second half.
4-1 in the end. I think you guys, yourself and a few other people mentioned it online. They scored too early. Canada earlier on. They scored too early. They just shut the bed basically from there on in.
Yeah, it was a bit. Do you know what? Right, in the first game, Canada looked really good, didn't they?
Yeah,
but
Croatia
in that first half.
Yeah, and then you watch Belgium today. You're thinking maybe they weren't as good as they looked because Belgium have done it back to back now, looking crap and been. They got lucky. Clearly, Belgium just got lucky in the first game because Morocco were on it today. I think when Ziyech is outperforming the likes of Kevin De Bruyne and Mertens and Tielemans and even Lukaku came in at one point. This is a guy that's flopped at Chelsea and he's outdoing you all. You need to have a word of yourself. Have a look in the mirror or something. Good goals like in Morocco. Or goalkeeping from Courtois, the first goal that was given.
Yeah, the second one was a great finish, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's fantastic. Route one, bang, 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 and okay.
No, it was the only place he could put that, and that was going in.
Yeah. This first half seems to have gone quickly. It does, because there's an edge to it. Because even though Germany know that even if they lost tonight, they're not out, but they'll be all but out, but not out officially because of how results went earlier on today. There's still a bit of an edge to it. Like we know that they know for it to be in their hands, they have to win. And Spain started off a bit, and they've got a bit cocky now. And Biscuits has got just Sergio Busquets or Biscuits has been bloody. Was it Rodrigo? The Busquets got booked. Sorry.
Sometimes I don't think winning your first game so convincingly is good for you, like us on Friday.
This is why I was so disappointed. Well, this is why I was so disappointed in Costa Rica, because I was hoping they just came out against Spain the other night and just went, "Oh, you're Spain, okay," and didn't bother doing anything. This is why I enjoyed the following game, the Canada game against Belgium, because at least Canada, even though they're out now, they gave Belgium a game. They went. Yes, you got De Bruyne. Yes, you got all these world-class players, and you're one of the favourites. But we're not going to let you win this easily. If you're going to win this, you're going to have to work for it. And even though it hasn't really given a rocket up Belgium's arse so far because they lost today against Morocco, it's still, as you say. Oh my God! Bit of a that butterfinger from the old goalkeeper.
No, he's enjoying himself, isn't he?
Yeah, bloody hell, poor Simeon. But as you say, Spain winning the way they did 7-0 the other night, they've clearly got too confident in themselves. Started off well in this game, but then got too confident, and now it's like,
yeah, I don't see them. The best I can see them doing is drawing this game personally.
Yeah,
I think
first
Germany need to win it. Where they don't, I think it's been like Argentina yesterday. Argentina had to win that game.
Yeah. We were saying earlier about Messi, and obviously it was great. Obviously more so second half that he actually did turn up in the end. I was saying that goal for me sort of was rolling back the years from like 2013 era.
Yeah.
Where the ball just fell to his foot without even knocking it into the came to his foot, bang. I've got a bit of space, I'm going to use it to my advantage, bang. Oh dear.
I just don't. I'm never sure on Spain anyway.
It's just they're rebuilding. This Spain in particular is rebuilding. Plus you've got the added thing in today of obviously the Spain manager Enrique would have been his daughter's birthday today. Would have been her 13th birthday.
Yeah,
but obviously, she's obviously no longer with us. But he put a post out on his social media saying like paying tribute to her and all that. Because this is the daughter that he lost a few years back to cancer. And it would have been, and obviously, imagine having that mentally having to do this, set up for this, and it being on your what would have been your daughter's 13th. Oh bloody hell, that's a bit scrappy. Bloody hell.
Yeah, they're not defending that great, though, are they? Germany.
No, every time Spain have that ball in the final third, Germany do look suspect. But Germany do look more threatening in the attack. Chris has joined us in the chat. Big up, Chris. How you doing, my friend? Hope you had a good weekend yourself. Oh, dear. So where are you off to anyway, Chuchi? You mentioned the other night you was going out. So where are you off to?
Who, me? I meant to go out with my Jim to watch the game. I'm not really a great fan of watching it out, though.
Not half time. There you go.
Just too many idiots out, isn't there?
Especially this time of year as well. It's going to be cold as well. It's not like it's normal World Cup where it would be the nice weather, go out with no matter what.
Yeah. Well, that was entertaining, wasn't it?
All this build up is I always kind of fucking does, don't I? Oh dear. Hopefully better in the second half.
Yeah, we don't need no singing tonight.
No singing, no jokes, no crudeness.
Where's my mate Garden?
Gary is he was in the chat.
He does look like.
He does look like, right? He thinks he looks like Kevin Campbell, Gary.
I think he'll take that. He'll run with that. He's got the fame.
I bet he don't play football like old Super Kev, though, does he?
Old Jurgen Klinsmann.
Oh, Jurgen.
Jurgen the diver.
I remember him when he first came in. Do you remember? He got so much stick for his diving, didn't he? He was a bloody good striker, though. No one can take that away from him.
Oh, no.
How much I hate the geezer. What?
Yeah, you can't take that away. Take that away.
Actually, I don't even really hate him, to be fair. I'll say that, but I don't actually hate him.
We didn't do anything against us that affected us, did he? As in league titles and things like that at Tottenham. So it's just not like, yeah, you played for them and you're a great striker, but yeah,
He was He was a massive signing at that point, though, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, it was huge. Especially coming off the back of the '90 World Cup and all that as well.
God, what a scummy little Spurs lot! Look at them, Lineker, Pochettino, and Klinsmann all in one group.
And then got Rio just stuck there, like, hi,
yeah,
come to United, please.
You know what Rio's thinking? I won a Premier League, unlike you three.
Premier League titles, Champions League titles.
Actually, did Lineker win the old Everton? Was it Everton when they won the first division?
He might have been, but that was what's now called the Championship. But yeah, but Rio can just go, well, I won more league titles, I won Champions League titles, I won this, I won that.
Is Klinsmann the only one to win a World Cup there, though? They win World Cup? Yeah.
Yeah, Klinsmann did, yeah. In 90 they did, yeah.
And Euros.
And the Euros in 96, yeah.
Bierhoff. Oliver Bierhoff.
Yeah.
He won it from Dinny against, who did they play in the final? Czech Republic.
Czech Republic at Wembley after knocking us out on pens, bastards.
Oh, I should have won that, shouldn't we?
Yeah, if we knocked out Germany, we would have walked that final as well.
Oh yeah, cool. Actually, we'd probably bottled it now, nuts.
Oh fuck! It's big as going fucking. Southgate's in that would have been in that same result. So yeah, more likely actually. Yeah,
exactly.
Thinking about it now, actually.
No, we would have won that. We would have 100% won that with the players that we had there.
I think the momentum would have been in our favour by then as well. After you knocking at the old enemy at Wembley in a semi-final, the whole country behind your first major final since '66 in 30 years. Yeah, the momentum would have been in our favour massively. But look, it is what it is. Potts never won anything with his country, did he?
Nah.
So yeah, Klinsmann only a World Cup winner, the only international winner.
Weren't there links with him to go to who was there links with him to go to? Was it West Ham, my bird lady, Pochettino?
Oh, it's been linked to a few actually. There's been the West Ham links. There's been Tottenham fans clamouring for him. So they're not actual links, but just Tottenham fans like pray that he comes back. He won't go back. I don't see him going. But there's no point going back. He knows the hierarchy that they won't back him. They'll give him X amount of help, but then they'll just leave him to sort of hang basically. So he knows all what's going to happen. He knows what's coming if he goes back to Tottenham.
Yeah.
Villa, the Potts was linked to Villa as well. Before Unai Emery went there.
I think it's good recruitment getting him, right? He's got something to bring over here, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's done it. I am well surprised he's done it after. But I think his biggest problem at Arsenal was Mesut Ozil.
It was the clicks, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah.
Arteta realised that straight away. He went, there's too many clicks, too much hassle. Sort yourselves out or you're off.
Mate, I can't believe still people don't realise what a job he's done there in terms of managing all them out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And even, I mean, my brother's done this debate with me the last week or so since Ronaldo's been released from United. Because he's like, oh, why would you take my Arsenal? Would you take my Arsenal? I'm like, it doesn't. Yes, he's a world class player and he has that experience of winning the league and all that. But he's done an interview complaining about being a squad player. He's not going to come to Arsenal to be a squad player. And look at sort of wages he'll demand just for 6 months alone. And all that work Arteta would have done, especially most recently with Aubameyang, that was for me. That was a final turning point for Arteta getting everything clicking. Was that Aubameyang situation out, and then now us as fans saw how that played out via the documentary and all that. For them to go a year later to bring in someone like Ronaldo, who's only recently gone on an interview with Piers Morgan and outed his previous employers basically, and called out this player and that player. It's too much of a risk.
I didn't see this. Sorry, did you see that old Jamie Carragher called out Neville?
And Neville bit back. Well, I'm at the
Neville's got no right to talk about Lionel Messi ever. No one's got any right to talk about Lionel Messi. Absolutely no one.
No. What I found was even more funny was he called him out on ITV last night at half time, saying comparing his attitude and the way he was walking about the pitch in the first half to Ronaldo for the last 18 months and United and all that. He didn't want to be there, this, that, and the other. And then because he scored that goal, and Argentina went on to win. Oh, he's amazing! He's a fantastic player. Kissing his arse all of a sudden, like, you hypocrite. But yeah, Jamie Carragher, obviously, as you say, called him out, and then fucking never bites back. Or at least I'm here and you're not.
No, that was a twat, mate.
Yeah, you're there, fucking taking Qatari money, blood money, you prick. Yeah, fucking the other one spat at a kid once when he shouldn't have done, and he should have been sacked, but it is what it is. But at least he hasn't gone and fucking gone, oh, blood money, give it to me. So they clearly don't get on off camera, them two. They really don't get on. I just thought the way Neville responded was just childlike, like, well, he's like, I'm here, you're not, no. Like, grow up. You're a guy pushing you're in your 40s, mid like your mid 40s or whatever. You're not a petulant child. Did you see that clip a few weeks ago before the World Cup when he was on Gary Neville was hosting Have I Got News for You, and both panels just piled in on him for going to this World Cup. Like, yeah, I'll get the clip for you. I'll find it now. One sec.
Yeah, it's
they piled in on him, like, and he's literally got to the point where he's sitting there squirming, and he's like, he wants the world the earth to just open up and eat him there and then. I'll have a look for it now. One sec, bear with me. I'll find it for you. Turn this down so I don't get no trouble from Twitter. Right, let's have a look.
Did you send one of them pictures?
We'll have a look now. I can find it now. One sec.
I need a thought. Can you get a paper quicker? We've got paper.
Yeah.
I need paper and pencil.
Okay. I haven't got a pencil or a pen, do you? But I've got loads of things.
Yeah, I'll do it with you.
I'm shit.
I can multitask, stream and design. I feel absolutely knackered tonight, I've got to be honest with you. I ain't got anything in me today, mate. Honestly, I'm just drained.
Oh dear. Everything's catch up, mate. That's all. I've sent it, by the way.
What? Sent it, yeah.
Yes. I found it on TikTok, so I was like, okay, boom, there you go.
Are you doing anything before 11?
Oh dear. Oh, Mr. Bungle's in the chat. Big up, Mr. Bungle was returned from the abyss. Belgium and Canada got cooked, especially more so Belgium. Canada was sort of expected its Croatia, obviously, but Belgium unexpectedly got their hardest antigen on a plate.
Let's have a look at this. He's laughing as well.
Yeah, but you know David Beckham, yeah, he's going, isn't he? Yeah. How much has he been paid? I don't know. You do know. More than me. Yeah. Ian, is it coming home? What, your reputation? partners have been very gentle with you, Gary. But I mean, the elephant in the room is still there. I mean, you're commentating there, aren't you? Yes, commentating. And what's the defence? Well, you've got a choice, I think, haven't you? What, going or not going? You always has been that you either highlight the issues and challenges in these countries and speak about them, or you basically don't say anything, you stay back home and don't go. And I've always said we should challenge them. There's another option. You stay at home and highlight the abuses. You don't have to go and take the Qataris' money. I'm not trying to be targeted, but I mean, it's not a very good defence. How is someone like Robbie with the Black Eyed Peas supposed to highlight it? Are they going to make a speech on the stage? Of course, people can highlight it. What, during a match? During a commentary to kick off here in this appalling country. And honestly, I think both are kicking a ball, but honestly, the amount of immigrant workers inside, it's a shocker. Oh, it's a goal.
Nobody seems to be winning here except the corrupt funders.
There's a lot of MPs winning. The Qataris have spent more money on entertaining MPs in the last couple of months than ever before. I wonder why. But, you know, sort of murderous nations, you know, putting up sort of sporting events.
Oh, this got brutal, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what they're going on him. They do not hold back.
We might have had a Second World War. You know David Beckham, don't you?
No, that's brutal, isn't it? He put him in his place there, didn't he? He put him in his place there.
You start to see, but yeah, it starts squirming. He's like, please.
Yeah, of course he's squirming, mate. He's taking their money, mate. He's a hypocrite. I love the way he goes. Yeah, I'm going there to commentate on it and expose. No, you're not, mate. You're going there to earn money. So what? I tell you what, if you're going to expose it, yeah, right? Why don't you go there and tell them not to pay you?
No, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
No, it's too busy doing interviews on Sky about this new possible takeover of Man United and itself. Like, the Glazers selling up and all that. With that idiot of a reporter that just goes, Gary Neville.
Wait, mate, 1 sec.
No worries, mate.
Like that.
Yeah.
He comes in the chat 1 second.
Mark on there, what's front, what's back, right at the top. So here, put front, and then do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry about this, Mr. Bungle. Mr. Bungle saying my dad died today at 11:50 a.m. Sorry, obviously, sorry to hear about
supposed to hear that, mate. Yeah, condolences to you, mate.
Yeah, 84 apparently. Says, as I said, thoughts and all that go out to you and your family and all that. Oh,
It's sad.
That's very sad.
Mr. Tom was asking, has anyone ever seen Team America Well Policed by any chance? I have. When it came out in cinemas, I did. America, fuck yeah.
Good man.
Literally just sitting shit.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
We don't chat shit. We chat in deep about football-related issues that are going on in and around the country and world.
Sit there and just chat crap.
No, it's not crap, is it?
No, chatting crap is chatting crap about makeup and the random bullshit in the world, like Matt Hancock and I'm a Celebrity Final.
Watch.
Or things like Celebrity Get Me Out of Here, or what's the other one?
Don't get me started on that. How can someone answer me this? How can someone so hated when it was announced he was going in be in a final three?
I think it's disgraceful, mate. I think there's a lot of hypocrites in this country.
Tell me it's not a fix.
Yeah, mate, but there's a lot of hypocrites in this country as well, isn't there?
Did it? Well, clearly, yeah. Underway.
They all sit there about like there's no way I'd ever vote for that geezer whatsoever, mate. Because people forget about the pandemic, mate. People got such short memories.
I'm gonna cause a rift when I say this next.
Go on.
How
He's
many
a lovely guy.
in the world do you think broke lockdown rules?
Yeah, I get that.
He
But
got caught.
yeah,
and
but-
he worked in the
Exactly. He got caught. He's the health secretary. He was the health secretary. He was running the show. He was running the show. It was his rules that in place.
Trust me, I'm an
His
NHS
rules that he-
worker. I know
There was
that.
his rules, his guidance that he broke.
yeah, exactly. Yes, loads of people broke the rules. Loads of people. But do you know what I mean? He's the health secretary.
I know that. I'm an NHS worker. I work.
And he's a
for it.
slime ball as well.
He is. I agree. I'm just saying.
The best thing though was when he went to celebrate what's his name getting Prime Minister, weren't it? And he and he just literally blanked him.
Off to Australia.
Yeah, that's me done, mate. Do I sit there and think he's got courage? He has got a bit of courage doing it. I'll give him that. But do you know what I mean? But more to the point, there's a lot of hypocrites in this country, mate, who's probably voting for him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, me.
Oh, you think of all those people that couldn't go to attend people's funerals and all that kind of stuff.
Or literally be beside the person, their loved ones, as they're passing because of COVID.
Exactly.
Why are you explaining this to me? You realise what I do for a living.
I know.
Yeah, we know you know more than anyone. I know that. I get that. You know more than anyone.
I'm not having a go at you. If it comes across like that, I do apologise, but I'm not. I'm just saying it, putting it out. I'm pissed off that he's in the final three.
I am. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't get how he's in the final
I
three.
don't get how Mike Tyndall went out yesterday and he's
Yeah,
through.
Mike Tyndall, like legend, big old legend of the game, right?
Rugby World Cup winner, married to a royalist.
Mate,
He can't win it.
He won't. Jill Scott will win it.
He can't win
It's
it.
got to be Jill now. It's got to be
Jill Scott will win it, mate. Jill Scott will
I've-
definitely win that.
I did my
Jesus
bit.
Christ,
I've done my
lady.
bit. I've done my bit today. Made my did my 5-3 votes on Jill, obviously. Just got to pray that everyone else
come
does.
across
Good
very,
man.
very well. She's quite funny as well, actually, to be fair. Anyway, sorry I took over your show with I'm a Celeb. Back to football. What's your thoughts on Harry Kane?
No, don't get me started on politics. I'll be all. Stop me putting Matt Hancock and politics and the Tories. I'll be here all day. Ranting.
You like that?
Yeah, Harry Kane is a wanker.
Jimmy, I said, I'm really sorry I've taken over your stream about I'm a Celeb. So back to football. What's your thoughts on Harry Kane?
Loves it, doesn't she? Loves to wind everyone up, mate.
Technically a gooner, but a prick is what he is.
Yeah, he's technically a gooner as well. He is technically a gooner.
There's photo evidence at title parades, at games, in Arsenal gear. He was actually in our academy initially. We told him at that time you weren't good enough to shove off the players around, the senior players at the time. So off you go. He went off. Oh, Tottenham. Okay then.
She honestly makes me laugh though. Yeah, right. Because
Me?
yeah.
Why?
Because ever since I met you, you tried to wind me up about Harry Kane, didn't you?
Yeah. I have.
So you can try and wind you up, but guess what? In the time that he's been playing as a professional, who's won more trophies? Arsenal,
Very true, sir.
Harry Kane.
Very, very true, sir. Very, very
I'm
true.
not a Tottenham supporter. I just do it to wind you up.
I know you're not.
I'm a little gunner now.
Hey, see, there you go.
You're welcome, by the way.
It was actually Ryan's ticket you had last time.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Was that the PSV game?
Oh no, sorry, you didn't go to the PSV game.
What one did I go to?
I'll tell you what game that was. That was Aston Villa.
Was it Villa midweek, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Who did I go with, Freddie?
that was Brighton.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Shit game that was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was at start of season, wasn't it? Villa on midweek. Johnny got a free kick here. See what they do with this. We've got Vando Diaz in the chest. We've got a Brazil flag and then 5 cups plus 1. We want France to end it. And then goes on to say this result is good for Brazil. Is good. Brazil is having a party.
What's this?
Just some one of a new subscriber looks. It's
It's not as good as Brazil.
maybe
Who Brazil got next, by the way?
I'll have a look for you now. Actually, I think tomorrow they're playing, so I'll have a look now. Spain are living on the edge. Switzerland, 4:00 kickoff.
Oh,
Yeah, you got Cameroon. You got 10 a.m. Cameroon versus Serbia, Korea Republic versus Ghana, Brazil versus Switzerland, and Portugal Uruguay. And then on Tuesday at 3:00, Ecuador, Senegal, and Netherlands, Qatar. At the same time, so there's no match fixing. And then 7:00, Iran, USA, and Wales versus England. Come on, Iran. That's a good game, actually, Switzerland versus Brazil. If Switzerland turn up.
yeah, mate. I think Switzerland turned up against France, didn't they?
Yeah.
In the Euros, you can't rule them out, can you?
That's literally what, depending on who's playing. We've got obviously Xhaka, he'll be starting. And you've got obviously Martinelli and Jesus possibly either starting or coming off on the bench.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I do want to reiterate. I do want Ghana to come home in the group stages because I do want Partey home at ASAP.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
Injury
That's the one thing that I want out, man. Sorry, Mr. Partey. I know you got ambitions, obviously, but so have I. And that is seeing you in an Arsenal shirt. What would you call that? What's it called?
What? Oh, what the top?
Yeah.
The bar top, I suppose.
Yeah, I expect that.
That's a lovely photo, isn't it?
That's good, isn't it?
You got Stefan going. You got Stefan now going on in the chat about the celebrity scandal.
It's cute, isn't it?
Stefan saying going on a game show whilst being a sitting MP is a discretion of basically a neglect of duty. Basically, yet another piss-taking Tory scumbag. Well, whilst the idiots have now voted into the top 3 of this year's show, the Tories are now thinking, "You thick cunts, we'll bring an election. You're going to vote us back in. Well, hey, another 5 years of this bullshit."
Yeah.
That's their mindset. They see us as Vic Dellards, and that just rums it home now. How can you? He comes in on the show. When he did, you voted for every single possible task, and then you put him in the final 3.
Yeah. No, I get them voting in for a task here, right? But then you get him out, don't you?
That's what I'm saying. I was fully expecting him to do all the tasks. I wanted him to do all the tasks. But every one that's put the public vote, I wanted him to. I wanted him to suffer, get sort of even a glimpse of how what he's done to the public over the last few years. And but as soon as that's done and dusted, and the public voting is underway, you get him out of there. Then
yeah, exactly.
You don't even reward him by letting him stay there. And voting out people that have been affected by him and his actions along the way.
The guy's an arsehole, isn't he?
It's fooled all anyone that's voted for him, they're fooled. Unless it's all fucking Toy FC voters that suddenly, we're going to do what the Arsenal fans failed to do for Tony Adams. We're going to vote him all at the final and make him win. We're going to make all these more counts and this, that, and the other. Unless they're doing that, this is beyond ridiculous. You don't just reward someone with you can stay in the jungle now and not really suffer because everyone's going to take the work as a team now for you. Mr. Bungle says, and Bellend. That's being polite. Put it that way, Mr. Bungle. Considering Bennett almost killed a family when he was driving a few years back and just got a slap in the wrist, don't do it again, and a few points on his license. Anyone else? If it's Joe done, if I'd done that, what he'd done that night, and St. Paddy's or any night, I'd have been banged up there and then.
Yeah.
Right. What, right outside the toilet?
So I was just designing a garage.
Oh, God, what the hell? What's she got on?
Oh, stools. Oh, bar stools. Fridges. What's this bit here?
Dartboard.
Oh, lovely.
Chris is saying he bet at Wimbledon last year.
What's this? Oh, fridges. So how many fridges you want? 4 fridges.
No,
Who are you having round? What, you opening it to the
I'm
public?
trying to stream at the moment.
Sorry, you don't give me things like this.
Ah.
Yeah, Mr. Bungle, he was drunk, but that doesn't excuse it. He was drunk. He got his mum in the car as well, but he got drunk, got behind the wheel, and almost not just killed himself and his mum, but a young family as well, and got a quickest celebrity. Oh, we'll let him off. We won't press charges. And ever since then, I refused to watch anything associated with him.
Yeah.
This is a shit game, by the way.
Proper shit game, mate. Roll on when the old knockout stages come.
Yeah.
It's basically knockout from next game, really, though, isn't it?
Yeah, from Tuesday onwards, even though it's like group games from Tuesday, it is pretty much knockout football because it's all apart from one Canada and Qatar respectively. Everyone's still up for grabs for either staying in or going out.
Yeah.
Love money curtains. Aren't they amazing? Oh.
God, it just keeps raining, don't it? I've never known it's rained so much.
It was raining earlier today where I am all day. It was a horrible rain as well.
Saturday night, am I?
No, not that one. It's more work doing it.
That's a shame.
Huh.
Oh, I've just texted you back.
Did I just see that much? Did she just text you when she?
Yeah, she texted me. I'm texting her. She texts me. No, you text me when you was outside.
No,
So
you text me first.
Oh God!
I'm texting her an answer back.
I'm asking if he wants to go to the Christmas markets with me.
I'm not getting involved.
There's no football to go to, so
I'm taking him to all the festive fun things instead.
Well,
mate, so I was going to get a ticket for your event this year.
Yeah, go on. I better ask you that. Oh, is it on that day as well? Oh, well, no one's going to go to that game, is there then?
Mate, it's pissing me off now, mate. Honestly, it's really getting in my skin. Like, beyond belief. Like, I might not even get to Juventus, West Ham, and Newcastle at the moment. It's not acceptable, mate.
No.
It's not acceptable, mate. This is bullshit. The thing is, yeah, right. Do you know what's so selfish about it, mate?
You've got rail strikes, you've got postal strikes, you've got nurses going on strike. Right, it's so obviously for all respect because they all deserve respectively a pay rise. They don't. We compare the people that dictating if they get a pay rise or not, giving themselves pay rises by the thousands every year. You can understand that they're getting pissed off now. It's coming to a head like, well, how can you reward yourselves and give yourselves billions of pounds of pay rises and extras, but say no to us?
Cost of living, though, isn't it?
But even I think now about a year, about 2019, 2018, there was a vote in the House of Commons to adjust the rate, the cap for the nurses, and the Tories voted against it live on national TV, and every single one of the pricks cheered because they won the vote to keep it at 1%. But idiots then voted them back in again. So it's just like, you're fucking morons.
But do you know what pisses me off about the train strikes? Right, they think by then telling everyone, right, a week before, right, oh, we're not doing them now, But by that point, right, you can't get a ticket because you need to get a ticket 3-4 weeks before.
Yeah.
It's just bullshit, mate. It's bullshit, even to the point,
if you're not a season ticket holder, you're fucked, basically, yeah.
Anyway, well, luckily,
but you know what I'm saying, as in, if you basically, for example, if you had a season ticket, but you gave it away, then you're fucked. To someone that's more local that could go, then you're fucked.
Yeah, no, I'm lucky that I can sell. I could always sell that ticket any time I wanted to. Do you know what I mean?
But you know what I'm saying, as in, if they then, as you say, they change them on at the last minute and go, well, we gave you a week's notice, but by that time we would have given it away. It's like, well, that doesn't suit me now because you've gone ahead and said what you're going to do.
When's the FA Cup third round draw? It's going to be tomorrow, isn't it?
Today or tomorrow, one of the two. Let me look. FA Cup third round draw. No, not that one. Wrong one. Oh, Spain scored. Fucking
hell. Wow. They could be going out here. The Germans could be going out. It may be up to Germany.
Don't wake Bobby again.
Oh, this is a big old upset.
Oh, right. Let's have a look. All right. Pardon me before my phone dies. Third round.
He's on.
God, yeah, one in the middle. One in the middle. The guy in the middle of Olympian has played him on, yeah.
It was like we only watched about 5 minutes second half.
That's what I'm saying. I was saying that at 58 minutes or something. I was like, this game's shit.
Am I okay to watch the TikTok?
Well, yeah, beyond reason.
I need to know. The draw takes place tomorrow, Monday, 28th of November at 7 p.m. UK time.
Oh.
You guarantee, yeah? Guarantee it'll be a home game we can't go to because there's a strike.
That'd be fucking fuming, mate. I'll be fucking fuming, mate.
You and me fucking both.
Or we're going to draw someone like we usually draw, like someone like fucking Nottingham Forest away.
And you still can't go because there's train strikes.
Fucking joking at all these train strikes.
Germany
have got Germany have got woken up now. This could play in Spain's end.
AFC B fan TV. There's a Bournemouth fan. It's a Bournemouth fan in the chat. Big up yourself. Actually, before you must be new to the channel. I hope you see a lot more of you, my friend. Says the draw will be live on BBC Two.
You're gonna run out of room.
The draw. Sorry, yeah, the draw's gonna be the draw's on BBC Two. According to this Bournemouth fan in the chat.
Who's 7 o'clock game tomorrow?
7 o'clock games are like I think it's Brazil, Switzerland. Double check.
That's 4 o'clock, isn't it?
I'll double check now. I'm double checking. Oh, I think it's Portugal, Uruguay. I'm double checking if that's me.
Yeah, you're right. Portugal, Uruguay.
Oh, it's really pissing me off this phone.
I definitely like to. I'll watch the FA Cup.
Portugal, Uruguay. I'll just do. I'm not going to stream for the actual Uruguay game. We know Portugal will win that anyway. Either that would be dead 0-0 anyway. I might do a stream for the actual draw then, half-hour stream or something. I don't know. I'll play that one by ear.
My stream now.
It's
not a stream. Makeup.
Yeah, it involves Arsenal, so it's allowed. It's FA Cup. It's allowed. Also, it's my channel.
Draw tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. BBC tomorrow 7 p.m. on BBC Two. So I might do a stream for that. It involves Arsenal, so I can get away with it.
on top of it. Because this is
Be
not
interesting who we get. Guarantee we will be one of the first out or right at the end of the very last ball.
so.
Here comes some subs from Spain who they're taking off. Number 9 and number 12's going on for Gavi.
Where's old Gary?
But it's not got any.
Where's old Gary boy? He was giving it a little Barry McGuigan, weren't he, with the old goalpost maybe and all that.
Yeah, giving it all the big and weren't it on Twitter? Yeah.
Old Billy Big Bollocks Gary. Oh, up in my office.
Plays them.
Yeah, if you can connect them.
Yeah.
Bournemouth fan and AFC Bournemouth fan TV is saying Bournemouth versus Liverpool in the FA Cup he wants. Yeah, you know what? I can't blame them because they're that.
I can see that. I can see that draw with Liverpool, mate. I can definitely see that draw.
And the way Liverpool playing this season, that could be an upset as well.
Yeah, unless they play Tottenham and go 2-0 up and fucking throw it away.
Yeah, Bournemouth, don't go, if you do get Liverpool, don't or Tottenham, do not go 2-0 up this time. Go 1-0 up. Just contain for straight, and get a second at the end. Don't get our hopes up again. You broke our hearts last time, you bastards.
Right, how do we do it? Settings.
Absolutely.
Hope.
Ah, here we go. Connect. Not your AirPods, no, but they are now. Press the home button.
You go as an Arsenal fan, you have no idea how much hope you get, how much hope and excitement you gave us for until you started falling apart in the last 50 minutes of that game.
Oh, mate, do you know what, though? I knew they weren't going to win the game all along. I knew they'd lose the game. I thought it'd be 2-2.
Yeah, I thought.
2-0. I was thinking 2-2. It's going to be 2-2. I know they're going to bottle it. But yeah, 3-2, mate. I was looking for the cat at the time as well. I remember that day. I was looking for the cat. I couldn't find him, and I see it flash up 92nd minute. Was it Bentancur? He scores lucky.
Yeah.
He's got their player of the year, surely.
So far, you say so.
He's got to be their player of the year, mate. There ain't been much to shout out about, has there?
Thankfully not, yeah. I mean, they also got lost at the fucking Champions League for crying out loud.
Mate, if we can make 2-3 signings January, mate, I'll be fucking buzzing.
Yeah, I don't see the ball and the Cronkies and all that doing what they did last year and sort of resting on their laurels and hoping for the best. I think they've realised the mistake they made and they're gonna.
We got to do business, mate. Do you know what this? Do you know this signing reminds me of? Spit image, mate. Jose Antonio Reyes. It's that kind of signing, mate. The extra push.
Yeah.
And he gave us an extra push, mate, to be fair to him.
Yeah, young. He was like, I'm trying to think out, what was he, 19 at the time? When we actually signed for us, he was not 19, up in the most sought after attacking player in the world, not just in the world. Everyone wanted him. We nicked him for bargain price, by the way. And as you say, he came into a great squad, but he sort of gave a bit more competition, a bit more push for certain players in that attack. Just go, okay, we've got someone here who wants to get our place in this team. I remember the FA Cup game against Chelsea, watching that BBC One Sunday afternoon and all that. Obviously, they went 1-0 up. Mewtwo, was it Mewtwo or Crespo? Crespo was that game when it was. Mewtwo, sorry, in the FA Cup. He scored. You're thinking, oh, fuck's sake, here we go at home as well. Second half, he comes on. And when he scored that first goal, from like 25, 30 yards out in front of the old North Bank.
Oh, yeah, it was a great goal.
Good at Chini as well. I was like, oh, what a hit. He just literally got it, looked up, and just toe poked it like an arrow into the top corner.
Pinged it right, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh my God, it's a fantastic goal. And
he scored in that Chelsea game, got knocked out in the Champions League. He scored the first goal, didn't he, in that game as well?
He scored. That was the thing. When he first came in, straight away, he loved Chelsea because it's like 2 goals in the FA Cup and then the Champions League goal as well. And he sort of picked up a liking for scoring against the likes of Chelsea and all that. Which I didn't complain about, obviously. He was a cracking little player. I think again, one of my favourite goals was the goal against Middlesbrough at Highbury in the 04-05 season at the start of the season. We were 3-1 down at one point.
Oh, mate, my favourite Premier League game that is.
We came back on 1-5-3, but yeah,
Mate, honestly.
I think his goal was straight from the kickoff as well, wasn't it? Like
42nd game, wasn't it? So we
yeah.
was one game away from Forest, one game away from joining them, and then was going to break it, weren't we?
Yeah,
3-1 down, mate, and then I've always remember that game, that quadruple with free kick.
Yeah, thank you.
That called game up, and then mate, Bergkamp scored, didn't he? Then
Bergkamp, and then literally, as I say, straight from the restart, bang.
Perez.
Got the ball back and went, okay, boom, okay, Reyes, bang, and oh my god.
Well, was it Bergkamp Perez, wasn't it? Then Reyes hit the fourth, didn't he? That was the fourth. He pinged it. The TV cameras weren't even watching the game, were they?
No, they were straight from the restart. From the Perez goal, it was like straight from the restart. Dun, 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 bang. It's like, fucking hell, this is why
they're champions.
At the
you want to know why Arsenal are champions? That's why they're champions.
And then who got the fifth? Who got the fifth in the end? There's some
Thierry Henry.
Thierry, wasn't it? Yeah.
And we got the first, didn't he? Lobbed it over, looped over the goalkeeper.
Over Mark Schwarzer, yeah. That's got the.
I always remember every goal to Henry. Who fucking Job
scored, yeah. Yeah.
Then Hasselbank.
Yeah.
Hasselbank hit that rifled that shot. And then Quadru, then Bergkamp, then Perez, then Reyes, then Henry.
Yeah. And then the next game was the record equaling game against Blackburn. Thumped them. They went, okay, we're not going to scare you this one. 3-0, I think it was.
In fact, Fabregas scored in that game, didn't it? It was his first ever.
Yeah. Youngest ever player record
he
at the
tapped
time.
In, didn't he?
Yeah.
Henry scored in that game.
Literally on the line.
Yeah.
So yeah, Fabregas scored in that, and then obviously I can't remember it after that.
I know we had we had Fulham after that or something.
Oh, Germany, good save. So what was that?
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna have a look at it. I'm sure we had Fulham in that run.
It might have been Fulham, yeah. Again at home, Pascal. No, not Pascal Stephen. That was a year later.
Got around there.
I think that was 3-1. I think that was 3-1 though.
Fine. Yeah.
It was Fulham because I remember away at Craven Cottage, and obviously Andy Cole Fulham got given a penalty at 0-0. It all kicked off because then the referee Paul Durkin went over to the official and said actually Andy Cole dived. It wasn't a penalty. Actually got a clean touch of the ball. So the referee reversed his decision and had to then justify it on national TV.
Well, I'm going to go through these games here, right? In that run. Who do we start at defence with that season?
Oh, this is from the Everton home game. Everton away, Everton away, Goodison Park. It was.
That's Everton. You was right, it's Everton home now.
Everton away, Goodison Park. We won 4-1. Our defence was, I don't think now. It would have been Lauren, I believe.
No, I think you're thinking of a later season. It was
04-05 season. Not 04-05.
Oh wait, score for Arsenal's fourth in the 8th. What is that? And then, yeah. I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, on
we scored 4-1.
Yeah, it's 4-1 because Lee Carsley scored for them.
Do you remember the 6-1? Was it 6-1 or 6-0? 6-1.
6-1. That was 2008-2009.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nielsen scored the opening goal as well.
So then I remember in the game, this next game. I don't remember who we travelled to after Blackburn. Do you remember this game? I'll tell you why I remember this game. Norwich away 4-1. Justin Hoyt played.
Yeah.
And yet Fulham was in that one. That's why Ashley Cole walked down at Andy Cole. And he changed his mind, like he says. League champions dropped their first points season at home to Bolton.
Bolton the 2-2 draw, yeah, and then we went to then Villa came to us the following week. We beat them 3-1, and then we had United
Then we beat Man City 1-0.
1-0. That was a Man City side, then yeah.
Then we beat Charlton.
Yeah. Oh, that was the Henri back heel, wasn't it, as well? On a fortune of Donny's back.
Then we beat Aston Villa 3-1.
Yeah.
Then it was the fateful Man United game.
Yay. And then we had Southampton. We drew 2. We almost lost, and we drew 2-2 in the end at home the following week. I think there was another game, and then there's Liverpool away.
Yeah, I remember that 1-0, 2-1 Mella.
Yeah.
Last minute,
literally from nothing as well. And we dominated that game as well, from what I remember rightly.
Yeah, some shit games there, mate. We had the 1-1 draw at Crystal Palace. Ricky Hartley scored, didn't he? And that was at Sellers Park.
Yeah,
we beat Tottenham 5-4.
That was a good game. I like that. We won. Only because we won. Otherwise, I'd be like, what the fuck happened to our defence that day?
Arsenal's defending was ridiculed by Chelsea manager Jose Mourinho. Top of the balls. 5-4 is a hockey score, not a football score.
I wouldn't mind. He gave it the big one, Mourinho that year. And obviously, we're digging out Henri only scored against small teams. So Henri, when Arsenal Chelsea came along at Highbury in that December, obviously Henri scored both the goals for us on that day. I loved his interview afterwards. Like, well, apparently I only scored against small teams, so I must be in another small team today. Like the shit houses from Henri in that team that back then, it was just like, you want to dish out, we're going to dish it back. We're not going to be pussies about this. No.
You know what?
I
did realise, mate, that Southampton game straight after the Norwich game. I mean, the Man United game was 1-0 up to the 80th minute. And they scored in the 80th and 85th minute. The laps scored too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We all
and then Robin van Persie got a 92nd minute equaliser.
Literally like the last kick of the game, yeah. Thank God. Otherwise, that would have been. Imagine if we'd lost that a week after losing to United after being invincible for so long.
Portsmouth, mate, we only beat them 1-0 that year. Sol Campbell, that was a late.
Yeah, Sol Campbell from like 35, 40 yards out. I remember watching that game was on Sky. I remember watching that game, and it was just. I don't know. It was just a jab game, but obviously Campbell at one point got the game by the scruff of the neck and went, "You know what? I'm in acres of space. I'm having a shot," and it went in. I don't want to know, do I?
Yeah, my dog, mate. Oh yeah, remember that one? Bolton 1-0.
Yeah.
Fight.
I think it is. I think as painful as that 50th game was, or the United game was in the league, we got our own back eventually in the FA Cup when it counted. Played shit the entire game, defend, luck after luck after luck. Took it to penalties and just beat the crap out of them penalties.
And
Jens, after being dropped, turned up in the final and actually decided to turn up and be a decent goalkeeper that day.
I don't. Do you remember that one? Arsenal 1, Tottenham 0, where he is. That was it.
That would be about March, April time. I think that was.
Yeah.
The thing is, the scoreline. I remember watching that game. I remember being at that game and watching it. They were lucky it was 1-0. We absolutely trounced the bastards.
I remember the 3-1 Liverpool.
Paul got about so much trouble with that game.
I remember that one, 3-1 Liverpool. And then Fabregas scored a late one.
Fabregas and Perez and all that, yeah.
7-0 Arsenal, Everton, I remember that. That was the old
Edu's last home game as well.
Then we lost to Birmingham last game of the season. Esky last minute winner. And Bergkamp scored in the 88th minute to equalise that game.
Yeah.
It was 0-0. It was 0-0 at the 80th minute that game.
I was sick as a parrot. Going into the FA Cup final, because we knew the FA Cup final was around the corner. Going into that game, after that game, I think, you know, we'll win it. We'll get the customary win, get the 3 points. The season's done. It is what it is. But we'll go again, but the FA Cup. And then we lost. I was like, "What the fuck?" So the whole week, then I'm like, "We're not gonna let United have the final laugh, are they?" And then you hear about Henri having to pull out through injury. Oh, for fuck's sake, fantastic! I've changed all the tactics there. Sol Campbell was suspended, as well. So Segan or Sendelos in his place, one of the two.
Off the wall. The Germans are on the ropes here.
Mate, they've got 10 minutes to got to score. Otherwise, they're not out, but they're all but out, basically. The results have to be massively favourable for them later on in the week.
Who are the games though? Who they got? Costa Rica.
Costa Rica and Japan versus Spain. And Japan, because if it stays like this and Spain win, them and Japan could quite easily just form an alliance and just get a result that favours them both.
Germany, I don't know, I think that's a fucking shit. Germany could lose both games and still got a chance of getting through, wouldn't they?
Yeah, just to say, Germany have to win both games to go and sort of guarantee going through. But if Spain win tonight, that's 6 points, and then they're all but through then, or basically through, or whatever. But they could form an alliance with Japan later on in the week and just basically put the final nail in the coffin for Germany, basically.
If Germany win and Japan lose, yeah,
it comes down to head then and goal difference. And head to head they'll lose anyway, but goal difference, I think they're losing.
Germany have got Costa Rica, though, mate. That's a big old. I think that might bite me in the arse.
Last World Cup 4 years ago, their last game, they had Mexico, Sweden, and South Korea, or Korea Republic now, in their group. They lost to Mexico, as we know. They only just beat Sweden, so they had to win against Korea. And everyone thought that's a guarantee. They'll be fine, they'll get through. And they lost 2-0 in the last 83rd and the 88th minute. So strange things have happened. So it's not a guarantee, but they do have to get something from this game to give themselves a chance. Otherwise, relying on Spain to do them a favour against Japan. And as I say, they could quite.
Oh, you go!
Oh,
1-0.
Oh my God, that's a good goal actually.
That's a big goal, mate.
That is 82nd minute. It's 1-1. Game on. They have to win. As I said, they have to win.
That's a good finish, mate. You can never doubt.
There we go.
The old Germans. Yeah, he's on. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a fucking brilliant. So that's like a Podolski kind of finish.
Yeah.
That is a Podolski finish, isn't it?
Yeah. Literally put his foot through.
Move, fucking hell.
Poor goalkeeping. Sorry.
Yeah, what great was it?
No, it's just standing there going, YMCA. That's a big point if they can hold on to this. Germany doesn't have to. Oh, they don't. The draw. It doesn't keep it in their hand because what was it? Japan have got 3 points. All Japan would need is a point against Spain, basically, to qualify. Because their goal difference would be better. The goal difference would be better, and also the head-to-head they win on that because they beat Germany anyway. And Germany have conceded now 3 goals and scored 2, and Japan have conceded 2 and scored 2. So the goal difference is close, but I think there's let's say like 1 goal in it basically, or something like that.
Who would you say is worse, Matt Hancock or Gary Neville?
Hancock all day long. Easy question, easy answers.
Who's in the final 3, mate? So everyone shares it.
They're fucking idiots. That's what they fucking are. I don't care. People can clip this up and put it on socials. I don't care. Anyone that voted for that prick to put me in the final 3, they're fucking mongrels. They'd had their fucking head tested. Oh dear. Oh, there's going to be a free kick. No, a bit scrappy, but no free kick. There's a corner. go. They kind of have to, for it to be in their hands going into later on in the week when they play Costa Rica. They do have to win because now.
Oh, here he is. Here he is. Here he is.
Was he giving it a big one? Was he?
Right attack, eh?
But yeah, for it to be in their hands, they sort of have to win because Spain could quite easily just go and form an alliance with Japan and go, we to do our thing, get a point each, and we're both through basically. No matter what Germany do or whatever, I don't know.
It's good to see Saliba resting on the bench.
What's that?
It's good to see Saliba resting on the bench.
Yeah.
I reckon they'll play him on Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, I reckon so. They're qualified now, so they can sort of mess about now, can't they? Test things out. Yeah, because Japan has 3 points. So
Saliba.
At least that's one Arsenal chant.
Trained well, mate. Trained well.
The only one that fucking gets played at the Arsenal, basically, if you got the game. But 9 times out of 10.
I have Arsenal chant, you know. Are you listening to me? Earphones are in.
All of a sudden,
I
yeah.
watched makeup trials.
What other Arsenal chants do you know?
What other?
Arsenal chants do you know? There's an obvious one.
Here we go. Sakura will grow.
Not sure.
We are top league.
Yep, you think that's a good chant. That's good. I like that one.
We got Super
Actually, she knows quite good, mate. Yeah.
what we need.
She's learning. I'll give her that.
Gary, Arsenal away, check.
Gary or Gary?
Gary, isn't it?
Yeah, not Gary.
Gary.
Don't need him in our attack.
North London forever.
Well, but
Technically, has a song, not a chant. Technically.
Oh.
yeah, you're done. You're done. You're done.
Is there no other chance?
There's a chance.
What else?
You've done well.
Teach me more.
What?
Teach me more.
Yeah.
Taught you enough.
To be fair, you hit most of the key ones.
Right. Are you impressed?
Done well.
Is Ryan impressed?
Yeah, he's impressed.
Yeah.
He passed.
Bit more enthusiasm there, Ryan. Bit more enthusiasm. I'll go back to my makeup trials now. Good day.
Probably better in this game, mate. To be fair, I want to see someone get a big old 90-minute winner.
It's much better. I'm just finding out how to do a flawless base.
Oh, okay.
Well, we've floats your boat, love.
And on that note, we're in the 89th minute now.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, is he through? Oh, go on. Oh, what a tackle. That is, mate.
Man down.
Last ditch.
Good tackle.
Typical Morata. Typical.
I reckon he's off. Oh, no, he's on. He's on.
Fucking defender that covered him in the end, got him in the end.
Man, good tackle, mate. There's no way Spain are scoring a corner against the Germans. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, let's play the game. Yeah, of course not. No. Too much. Too small. Too small. No physicality to their defence. To their attack side. Especially when they do things like this.
Go on. Oh, another big old tackle there. Or interception, shall I say?
Imagine having a corner and just playing a tippy-tappy passing in the corner at 1-1. Six minutes injury time. Fucking hell. Let's calm down, though. Not like his usual 10, 20
I was about to say that. It has calmed down a lot the last few days. Now Qatar don't need 10 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, my days. Oh, my days.
Oh, boy.
Balls.
Oh my god, this game was crap.
Fuck it, I know. I'm just bored of it.
Why am I always
see it?
seeing ads?
Did you see that video I sent you earlier on? Yeah, had you already seen it?
Yeah, I hadn't seen it up till then. No, but I've watched it now. Yeah,
That's pretty clever, isn't it?
fucking spot on. Yeah,
Mate, who's got that fucking time to do that, though? Do you know what I mean? I'll show you it after, Sarah.
So what?
I'll show you it after.
Show me what?
You know the Band Aid song?
Yeah.
Someone's made it out of like just football players' names. It's pretty clever.
What's his
Gary,
name?
things are.
I don't know if you heard about it.
Well, I keep seeing something on Facebook. Hang on.
I don't know what his name is.
Let me look.
I was just want to say why doing that, Gary. Things are bad, but they're not that bad.
No jokes in it. No jokes tonight. The joke will be on you on Tuesday, Gary.
Oh dear.
I think Gary's looking forward to being my friend again when Arsenal return.
Possibly.
So we can share our happiness together.
Oh dear. You have a mutual interest coming together basically after this.
Yeah.
What was that? You idiot!
Oh, you got to rate Germans.
Imagine they get a winner now. I mean, we've been hoping they get knocked out all this time.
It wouldn't surprise me, mate. It wouldn't surprise. I did fancy Germany today, to be honest. That's why I was really surprised that Spain took lead, because who does that Simon play for?
I'm trying to think now. Batiste, I'm trying to think.
No,
It's someone like Valencia or something like that.
it's not the one. It's not the one. Some bloke from Gravesend wrote one, but it's not the same.
I remember now.
No.
Liam's getting war ready in the chat, by the way.
YouTube it.
Liam, Gary in the chat, sorry.
What should I put in? Band Aid football song.
Anyway, he took so much rubbish, old Gary, don't he?
Got it.
He what's it, Liam? Got your pushing goalpost gloves prepped and ready. What? See you going out, mate? There'll be no goalposts getting moved on for Tuesday, pal.
Dear God. So Busquets runs into a Goretzka and claims foul. Then tells the referee to fuck off, basically. He doesn't get what he wanted.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I got it. I'm listening now.
Yeah, listen to it. Mate, listen to it all. I don't know how. I don't know if I listened to the whole one.
How long that must have taken?
Is it all players from the World Cup?
No, it's just players in
Players
general.
in general, so not current or anything.
Nah, there's some old.
No. It's past. No, current and past. Mixed.
Go on. Germany through. Oh!
That was their chance, I think.
So it's like he's singing.
Leroy Sané bottled it.
He's just singing players' names, isn't he?
Yeah, but it's
Let's players' names.
It's well good.
I know it's well creative.
How'd you come up with that?
How many minutes is it? 'Cause I thought we didn't see the whole lot.
Oh no.
I don't reckon I see the whole lot of it. Tell me if it goes right to the end.
Oh, dear.
You know what someone said to me on Twitter? When you hear that song there, you're going to think about the players' names.
Yeah.
I don't think I think you're watching the whole lot of it. I don't think I'll see the whole lot of it.
Oh, keep his hands there. Seconds
That's
to go
it.
now.
Is that it?
The ref's
That's
blowing up
sometimes-
early. You blew up early, ref. That's it. 1-1.
There's
Germany
10
do
seconds
get a
left.
point,
Okay.
but it's a point. They now have to win. They have to win their next game against Costa Rica, and hope Japan and Spain don't form an alliance to counteract Germany, basically. Because now Spain have 4 points, Japan have 3, Costa Rica have 3, and Germany are still bottom of the table on 1.
Yeah.
So it's all up for grabs.
I think we'll see Spain and Germany prevail in the last 2 games.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that I can see one of them going out.
Send me, can you send me the whole lot of that? I ain't seen the whole lot. Mate, it goes on the whole song.
Where does it leave Germany? It leaves Germany bottom of the group, Stefan, with 1 point, because Costa Rica won earlier with 3, Japan have 3, and Spain have 4. So they do have to beat Costa Rica. They probably will beat Costa Rica, but they now have to. It's not in their hands. They need to hope that Japan and Spain don't form an alliance to counteract.
Yeah, but
Spain's because goal difference.
Japan's
goal difference is better as well. As it stands, Japan's got better goal
Germany
difference.
back Costa Rica though. Germany will at least beat Costa Rica by 2-3-0, I reckon. So if Japan draw, they'll go out.
Comes to heads as well.
Like the only way, right? Japan. If Japan draw, and Germany only beat Costa Rica by 1 goal, then Germany will go out on the head-to-head.
The head-to-head, yeah.
Costa Rica basically have to win.
So basically, Japan. Basically, if Germany win, Japan have to win. For Germany to go out, Japan have to win, because then it'll come down to the goal difference between Spain and basically Spain, Germany, and Japan. And Germany.
I think Germany and Spain go through, mate.
We'll see. We'll see how it plays out on whenever it is there in a week.
I'm not sure Germany and Spain go through.
I hope not. Obviously. Oh dear God. I'll never put myself through that bullshit. Tom's saying it's usual Japan and Germany in the alliance. Yeah. Japan and Costa Rica would be funny, right? Imagine Japan and Costa Rica both beat Germany, knocked out Germany and Spain. Oh my God, the meltdowns. But I think, yeah, of all honesty, I think Germany do win their game. It's just down to if Japan and
I think Spain
if Japan and Spain come together and have a mutual agreement, so it's saying that Japan win.
No, I think
there's nothing Germany can do.
I think because Spain didn't win that game. I think if Spain won that game, then I think there's a chance Japan would get at least a point out of it. Like where Spain now can't just rely on a draw, like they can, but they won't want to be messing around with a draw, will they? They want to get that game over and done with and won.
Yeah, Germany got to beat Costa Rica by at least 3, and hope obviously. No, obviously to be 3-0, have the goal difference just to make sure that, because there's no way Japan is scoring two or more goals, are they?
Well, if Japan draw and Germany win 2-0, Germany go through.
That's what I'm saying, but that's why he's saying if Germany win by 3 clear goals and Japan win by a goal, then Japan are out anyway in goal difference. So if it came down to Japan winning and then Germany winning themselves, they'd have to win by at least 3 clear. Just to have that extra goal advantage over them on the goal difference side of things. Because they don't want to go in head to head, because if it goes to head, they're out because they lost to Japan, obviously, as we know. Imagine fucking Japan beating Germany the way they did, and then their keeper fucks them and basically effectively has them out the World Cup because of dodgy hands today.
Ridiculous. That's going to cost them. I'm sure of it.
I wouldn't want to be that goalkeeper if they get knocked out.
Spain would play them off the pitch. Spain would play Japan off the pitch.
You'd think, yeah.
Yeah, that game would suit Spain.
Oh dear.
I really think Spain, Germany do it now. That was a big goal for Germany.
Well, yeah, they had to get that. I said they had to get something to keep themselves in it with a chance. If they'd lost, they'd be out, basically.
Yeah. It proves though,
all but out.
It proves though how tight it is. Do you know what I mean? Right.
Yeah.
All the time, Spain like one of the front runners. I don't think now personally. I think you can't no further than Brazil and France, but I thought Germany played pretty well apart from that start of that second half.
Yeah. Just every time Spain attacked, Germany looked suspect.
Yeah, they're not good.
That was it.
They're not as good defensively now. No more, are they?
No. And that's what was giving Spain the chances, because obviously every time Germany was sort of frail at the back. And they can't.
Once we went forward back against them, we scored 3 goals in about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Can we remind Southgate of that for Tuesday?
I'm a said finals on.
Oh
God.
Jesus.
I'm only joking.
No, you can put it on. Huh?
Oh dear. Technically it's not on yet, but anyway. It's adverts, but anyway. That's what I was saying now. Sort of drained me that as. The game's been crap still this weekend. Oh my God. But yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, FA Cup draw tomorrow. 7 o'clock we'll go live. Obviously Arsenal involved, hence why we did the FA Cup draws. Third round draw, see if we get home or away tie against either Premier League side or maybe even a home or away tie against that side that needs the money. Of a big side coming to them and all that. Obviously we're seeing play things out on that. In terms of Tuesday, obviously we'll be covering 2 games in one stream by obviously being forced to do it because obviously that's the way the schedule is. So I'll be doing the England versus Wales game being the main priority. Obviously Gary will be here as well to cover the USA side of things as well, along with watching England as well. And see how that plays out basically, because yeah, that's going to be an interesting one, especially if things go against Gary basically. Apart from that, the rest of the week I'll let you know by Tuesday what the rest of the week's plans are. Yeah. Until then, thanks Liam for commenting on and keeping me sane, because I think I would have lost my mind if it had just been me all night and that. Oh God, my eyes are actually hurting. What you got? Anything coming up in your channel? It's coming soon, or
Nah, nothing to New Year, mate.
nothing till New Year? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I will say this just before we go. Keep December the 15th. Put a note in your diaries for that day. There's something special coming along for that day, and more will be revealed near the time. But the date is in place. That's all I'm going to say. A date has been put in place and a time, but I'm not going to reveal exactly what until near the time of the whole situation of the particular show that will be coming up on that day. But it's a big one. You ain't going to want to miss it, basically. Trust me. Gooner or non-Gooner. Especially if you're a Gooner, obviously. If you know your history and all that. Going to say, trying to think. I'll now see you on the other side of tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, live here on the channel as the FA Cup draw gets underway and we come involved. But until then, see you on the other side, as always. Oh, dear. No more of this bullshit. I hate this bloody World Cup. It's crap. Until next time, up the Arsenal. Go on, you Gunners.